So the Ghana Black Stars squad is not out yet, at least not officially. But Henry Asante Communications Director has been making some media rounds today. He updated us on the progress of Otto and naming of his provisional squad, whether he would go for a straight naming of the squad or just a provisional one at least. But the rumor mills have been running and churning out some information, which I'm going to share with you. Speculation on players that have been added to the Ghana Black Stars team. We'll look at that and listen to the communications director of the Ghana Football Association. We'll also look at the squad list named by Uruguay. They have named a 55-man provisional list ahead of the World Cup. It will be trimmed down to 26. More than half of these players might not be there. So we'll look at that one as well. Look at the Dutch national team. They have also named their provisional 39-man squad that features close to 4 Ghanaian players of Ghanaian descent, whichever way you choose to put it. They are also in there. So any chances of ever playing for Ghana in the future are probably gone with those players call up in there. We'll look at all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. We'll jump right into it and talk about the Ghana Black Stars squad. The Black Stars are preparing for Qatar 2022. Every country, 32 of them, are preparing for that competition. And in light of that, as you already know, a provisional list has to be submitted to FIFA. Now, the caveat with that provisional list being submitted to FIFA is that it does not need to be made public. Yes, it's not obligated for the countries to make the provisional list public. However, FIFA have access to that list, and Otto might have submitted it already. But in this interview with Asempa FM, the communications director explained what exactly the process is and has been so far in Otto naming the provisional 55-man list, which has gotten some speculation as to the players that are in there. This is what the communications director said before we talk about the speculation of players that have been called into the team. Ahmed has amended talks with Otto. He revealed it and said he's in a provisional list called by Otto. Jeffrey Schlupp as well reportedly has made a return to the Ghana national team. Schlupp last played for Ghana during the World Cup qualifier, a game against Ethiopia in September 2021, with the Black Stars claiming a 1-0 victory. Since then, the informed midfielder has been out of the team, citing personal reasons. However, after the Ghana Football Association and the technical team's talks with a player in his entourage, he is set to make a return to the national team. In what may seem not a surprising inclusion, Hudson Odoi could represent the Black Stars in Qatar, as he's also named in the provisional list. The winger has been a target for Ghana for some time now. Following the standing start to the 22-23 season after joining Lyon in the summer, Salis Abdul Samed is also set to be named in the provisional list. Samuel Owusu, who plays for Serbian League side, and Anderlecht's Majida Shimeru are both in the provisional squad, which is set to be submitted by the Black Stars. The list also includes players called up for the last international, where the Black Stars faced Brazil and Nicaragua. So those are the speculations about players that will be in the Ghana national team for the provisional list. That is for the World Cup 2022. Interesting news there on that front. We hope that Otto does the needful. Is it there on the front of the Ghana Black Stars and the provisional list for Qatar 2022? Other countries have named their provisional list. Uruguay, our opponents in Group H, have named a 55-man list. And in that 55-man list, it contains 5 players who played against Ghana in that game where we lost on penalties. 5 players are the only surviving members from that team. Listen, Cavani, Luis Suarez, they are all in there once again, 11 or 12 years later since that incident in South Africa 2010. For the Netherlands and the Dutch side, they have also called up quite a youthful team in there for the World Cup. It includes Jeremy Frimpong, Cody Gakpo, all of Ghanaian descent, Brian Brobe, and also in there is a Barcelona man in Memphis Depay. They are of Ghanaian descent, and Jeremy Frimpong in particular, the FA were making approaches and inroads towards him, and it's unfortunate that it didn't work out on that front. So that is it there with other national teams and naming their squad. Netherlands, Uruguay, the Ghana Black Stars apparently probably have submitted it, but since it's not an obligation to make it public, it's not yet public yet. So that has been it for today. Talking to you about players expected to be in the Ghana's provisional man list for the World Cup in Qatar 2022. Netherlands team, Uruguay team that has been called up, and confirmation and update on Ghana's team news by the communications director. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the weekend.